Goedemiddag, van harte welkom. Het is maandagmiddag 23 november van het jaar 2020. We praten met de supporters van Vitesse, met de technische leiding van de club. Ander contact is helaas tot dusver niet mogelijk. Vandaar deze wat unieke constructie met Thomas Letsch en met Johannes Spors. Dan gaan we praten over zaken die ons raken. Vragen zijn ingestuurd, het zijn er heel veel. Die kunnen niet allemaal behandeld worden, maar we proberen toch een aantal daarvan te verwerken van jullie Vitesse supporters. First of all, we have to go back, we talk English, we have to go back to last Saturday. It was, you're smiling.
Yes, but because I knew exactly that you will start with next Saturday,
yes,
last Saturday.
That's me, everybody knows how I am, so that's correct. It was a draw in a difficult game.
Absolutely, and first of all, what I like, when I saw the reaction of the team after the draw, everybody was really disappointed. And we played against a really strong opponent, and it was a tough game. It was not a typical Eredivisie game, it was more a fight in the midfield. At the end, we had two big chances of Matus Pero in the first half and also of Armando Broja.
That was a big chance, yes.
Yeah, this was a big chance, but this can happen, and at the end we have to accept this draw, and I think one time we can accept the draw, and hopefully next Sunday we will talk about 3 more points.
Yeah, one of the questions is already coming in from Remy, and we talked about it as well the past hours. You brought in Buiting half time, and you left out Hajek. Why was that?
Yeah, I think normally our goal is to press high, to win the balls a little bit higher than it was possible in the beginning of the game in Groningen, and therefore the plan was, because they had only one striker, to have one more player in the midfield, and therefore we decided to bring Thomas Buiting as a mixture between a number 10 and a striker, and to put Thomas Hayek out. It's hard for him, but it was not because of his performance, because he did a really good game. But I think we had more control when we played in a 4-4-2 in the second half.
Are you a coach that then during halftime explains to Hayek what are your intentions and why did you change him?
No, I explained to the whole team, and I think it's not the right moment directly in the game to do it during the game. The only focus is to win the game, and of course I will have a longer conversation with him.
Yeah. Only one defeat so far. We talk later about successes. Of course, you're number 2 in the league. But one defeat that frustrated me, so there must be a lot of frustration for you, because it was Ajax Amsterdam, and you played, no, I might say you played better than Ajax did. Surprisingly well.
In my opinion, we played better than them, and we did, especially in the first half, one of our best games. But for me, this game, of course, the result was not like we wanted to have, but the way we performed, the result was that we have a lot of respect here in the league, and also for our team, it was clear. Now everybody is convinced that the way we want to play, that this is the right way, the successful way, and this is for me important when we play against PSV, against Ajax, or next weekend against Fortuna, that we play our style. It doesn't matter if the opponent is a team of the lower level or lower place in the table or one of the best teams.
Yeah, is that why you brought him in as a coach?
100%. So overall was our conversation about playing style, about the idea about football. That is 100% very important, because this is like the roof of every decision we can take when we take it from there.
But you know each other from Germany, but not that well.
It's true, we are more or less from the same region, from the southwest of Germany.
Yeah. You're from Heidelberg.
Right.
You're
yes.
from the neighborhood of Stuttgart, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we don't share a big history together, or we never worked really together in a club. We have both our Red Bull time, but he was in Salzburg, I was in Leipzig. But from there I could see him working as a coach, and also know him from his former clubs.
That's why you recognize his style?
Yes, it's. I was pretty sure that we share the same idea about football. It's like coming from that region also means a little bit coming from a kind of football school that I learned when in my time in Hoffenheim, where I started my way. That is absolutely important.
So what is the way you want the Vitesse teams to play?
Yeah, like Thomas just described when he talked about the last match, to see the principles that we can see, a very intensive football, brave football, offensive football, but focus also on playing against the ball, winning the ball, having transition in both ways, to develop young players, develop every player. This is very important for us.
Yeah, I'm looking to the questions that's coming in from Nick.
Yeah.
He said to you, Mr. Letsch, what made your decision easy to come to Vitesse? Why did you come to Vitesse?
Yeah, there were a lot of reasons. When we had the first contact and Johannes described me the club, his ideas, then in the first moment I thought, oh, it can be interesting. And each conversation we had, and we had a lot of conversations, first we two, and then with Speciaal and with the whole board. And the more we were talking about, I had the feeling, okay, our idea, or my idea of playing football, the ideas of Johannes, and also the way the club wants to play football, this fits perfectly together. And this for me was clear, okay, this can be a really good challenge, and also it's an honor for me to work here in Vitesse, to work in the Netherlands in the Eredivisie, and therefore the decision after a lot of meetings was clear, hey, hopefully this I will get the chance, and I got it, and therefore I'm here.
And it's also a chance for you.
100% also this, yes, it is a chance.
But you work for big clubs in Germany, for HSV.
Yes.
What is a big club?
Yes, but the first time I have the responsibility as a director in my former clubs, it was Hoffenheim, then Leipzig, Hamburg. Was all three clubs I enjoyed and learned a lot and felt ready for the next step to become a sporting director. And this is a good chance for me also, yes.
And did you know, for both of you, did you know the circumstances that we have to work in Holland? Do you know the clubs? Do you know the players? Do you know the background of players?
Yes, my background is from scouting, so I traveled a lot for all the clubs. I was very often in the Netherlands to see a lot of matches. Also signed some players for the other clubs from playing here. So I was very often in all stadium. Also Gelderdome was a stadium I'm used to, and I had some information.
Yeah, talking about scouting, I do remember now that was it you that took Werner and to Leipzig, wasn't it?
I was responsible for scouting in that time, and I was very convinced that he can help Leipzig, and it was a good decision. But very important, I was part of a team. Scouting is always teamwork.
Yeah, that's very modest. And who was the other guy that you that came? He's a fantastic midfield player of Leipzig as well. What's his name?
We had Naby Keita.
Yeah,
maybe not so bad.
No.
Yes, started in Salzburg, by the way. So also Thomas can say something about him.
I worked with him, yeah.
But very important from that time. You speak about some players. I speak more about the philosophy. Also, these players. Why did we take them? Because we had a clear idea of what we need from a profile of a player, and this is exactly what we are doing here now.
And what is your role now? Jan Willem is asking that to you. What is your specific role now in Vitesse? To find new players, to find.
Give the direction in the football together with Thomas. Make sure that we have clear structure in all the different departments. A football club is of course the first team that you can see every weekend playing, but around that we have our staff members. We have different departments who have different responsibilities to make sure that everybody goes into the same direction. Make sure that we have a good basis of communication all together, and of course I'm close to the team, see the matches, the training sessions.
And you're watching training sessions all the time?
Yes.
That's not normally what.
I'm surprised that it's not normal, to be honest, because I think
because coaches always say, well, there he is again, my technical boss. He's watching me all the time.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure each training session. No, I think for me it's a good situation, because for example, when we speak about the starting 11 or what is our plan for the upcoming game, and he saw a lot of training sessions, then he can understand what I will tell him. And if not, then it's not so easy to. If, for example, if I say, hey, have a look, this player this week he trained really on a high level, and I think he's the right one for this position, then it's better when he is close to the team.
Yeah. So the question from Arno is, how do you decide which players could cope together? We talked about it before, because you're looking for not only for the personal, individual qualities of players, but also how they feel within a team.
Yeah, at the end, the most important is that the best team is on the pitch on the weekend, and therefore, when we started the pre-season, we decided to have a long pre-season.
7 matches or something like that?
Oh, I think more than 7. I think
11 weeks.
8 or 9, but 11 weeks. I think the longest time. But for me, it was important not only to get to know the player, also to get to know the guy behind the player, and then of course you think about, okay, who is the right one for which position and which combination fits perfect together, and at the end we need more than these 11 players, we need the whole squad, and therefore at the end for the next game, for example, against Fortuna, not only me, the whole coaching staff, we have a look, okay, what will Fortuna do? This is a small part, to be honest, because for me it's more important that we have a clear focus on our game. What is our plan, what we want to do, and which is the best 11 for this game.
Yeah. For instance, the Vitesse Emmen game, I was there. I think the first half was really impressive. And then, sorry?
Thanks.
Yeah, but now the second part of it is the second half.
I want to stop.
Yeah. There was a big difference between first and second half, let's say it that way.
Okay.
True?
Yeah, of course. The perfect way is that we play all the time 90 minutes on a high level. But never ever it will be a perfect game in football. And for me, it's also good when we have periods of time which are not. No, it's wrong. It's not good, but it's the possibility to learn out of this because we have to improve all the time. Never ever we will have a perfect match.
Now, can you tell us if you talk about Bazoer and Tanane, you have a lot of discussions, I've understood. So you discussed a lot about the possibilities of those two players.
Yeah, when we started the preseason, we talked a lot about the team that we have. We brought in some youth players, gave them chances, discussed about new players, and maybe to come back to your question before. All the time, it was very important for us to find also good characters, to find players with the right mentality. And it's not a secret that we also had some conversations with players that at the end we did not sign because we were not convinced that they are really fit into our group.
Can you call the names of those players?
That would be smarter. No, but it is very important that every staff member and every player goes into the same direction and shares our ideas.
Okay, but then so you discussed about Tanane, and then you said both of you said, now that's easy job, but that's an ideal character.
Well, both of them are high potential players.
Bazoer as well, of course, yes.
100%. So it's our job to have a good communication, to be open-minded, not look so much into the past, bring the focus to the future, and find a way for high performance.
So first of all, let's take Bazoer. When did you decide to bring him back to the defense?
Yeah, we thought about what is the best position for him, or which combination fits perfect. And I think Richetli Bazoer is a player. If he has the game in front of him, his task, his weapons are much more better in the game than if he plays, for example, as a number 10 or 8. For me, it's more a player for number 6. I thought, and then we thought about, okay, perhaps this can be a possibility to play with 3 in the back, with a flexibility. If, for example, if we take the last game, if you have Bazoer on the pitch, you can change with the same players. You can put him in the midfield. So I think something like a mixture of you call it modern libero or something like this I heard about, or number 6. This is a perfect position for him.
Yeah, I call him modern libero because he's always on the midfield as well.
Yeah, we call him Franz.
Sorry?
We call him Franz, like Franz Beckenbauer in Germany.
You really do?
No, not yet, but perhaps we can change. No. Right now we call him
would be a
Richo
big
or
compliment
Buzzy.
if you know who it is, but Beckenbauer.
Of course he knows.
Yeah, of course. About Tanane, because and Bassoor and Tanane are in the past, or perhaps still, difficult characters. I mean, you could easily provoke them as opponent.
Yeah, I heard about this, but first of all, you cannot win any game with 11 Tananes, but you also cannot win a game with 11, let's say, Tronstads. And so you need the right mixture. And what I like with these two guys, I heard a lot of things, but what I can say the whole time we work together, it's a pleasure to work with them. They are really open for new ideas, and what I like, they know that they have a high individual quality, but they are totally team players, and they know exactly they can play on a high level when the whole team performs well, and therefore when you see like Uzi Tenane in own ball possession, he needs his space, but in the defense he has a clear task what he has to do, and he did a really good job until now.
Yeah, last Saturday we had a surprisingly idea from the coach from Groningen, because for the first time, you told me, it was for me a big surprise as well, there was one player looking after Tanane for 90 minutes all the time.
Yeah, but this is...
it was Italy like in the 90s.
Yeah. For me, it's also, but it's a kind of respect about the performance he did until now, and therefore I think it was the first time in the Eredivisie that a coach decided to do it like this. But yeah, perhaps he saw Tanane is the best player of the Eredivisie, and therefore he decided like this. I don't like to do this, to be honest. For me, I prefer to do it in a different way. But yeah, it was a really tough game for him.
Was it a joke from your colleague, from Thomas, about Tanane, the best player in the first Eredivisie, or was it wishful thinking, or was it etc.? What do you think?
Well, I think that he has had a very good start into that season. I think that's for sure.
That's a nice, quiet answer.
Yep.
No expectations.
No.
Don't want to. How is life in Arnhem? Because you're sitting here now in Veenendaal.
That's true.
Yeah, but in Arnhem you started with, no, not you, but the staff started with COVID.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I was not infected, but no, life is going well. It's a nice city, nice environment. Of course, like everybody, we are looking forward, hopefully, that things can be a little bit better with the corona situation. Makes also life easier, but it's a beautiful environment, and we had a good, warm welcome here.
Now, did your family already come over to Arnhem, or was it impossible?
We decided not to move as a whole family. They are in Heidelberg still, but yeah, as often as possible they come to visit me. That was also a bit easier in the summer, but that's no problem.
And for you? Well, you miss your family as well, of course.
Yes, of course I miss them, but it's the same. In my job, it doesn't make sense to move with the whole family, because nobody knows what happens in the future. This is
a stable club, and you can stay here for many years.
Okay, if you promise, then I will call my wife later on. No, but when I came here, the beginning was really nice. Like Johannes told, it was a warm welcome from all sides, and I like Arnhem very much. I live close to the center. In the beginning, it was nice to walk to the city and to sit in a restaurant and in a small cafe. I like the city. In the moment, it's not easy, because it started with the COVID time by myself, and also now after I come home from Papendal, normally I'm in my apartment and watch some football games or be in the net or watch some films. That's it. But this is the part of the life we have to accept, and hopefully, hopefully this will change, and also that we have our supporters in the stadium, because this is the most important thing now.
It's unbelievable. You're second of the league now. You play attacking and fresh football, and nobody can watch it. TV.
Yeah, and one time we had the chance to play with spectators, and when I was not in the stadium, I decided to stay at home.
Yeah, is it because of you?
No, not really because of me.
No. A technical question is from Jordan and Martijn. There are still a lot of players who are rented from other clubs. Are you going to end that, or what's your philosophy about that?
I think the loan players are always a part of Vitesse, especially in this summer transfer window. We could not spend €1 on signing new players, but we need some quality.
You knew that when you came in?
It was clear very, very soon when Corona continued. We had to replace high quality players like Linsen, Matas, and we needed just quality. And then the decision was, okay, what's the best to do? And then I think, and I still believe that these loan players are really helpful for us. And it's not, of course, when you want to create four players. If you want to create value by yourself to make transfers or something in the future, these players are not ours, but they are also helpful to develop all the others.
Like you have young players like they already play in the first team, like Vroeg, like Buiting, you mentioned them before.
Dan Hausmann was in the starting 11 sometime. Manhoef, Cornelissen played, and so on. And this is important. It's when we build a team, it's about balance. You need experience, you need youth. It's like an arsenal of different weapons for the coach, of styles that he can play, and that's important.
Erik is asking the typical Erik and Aart, typical question for supporters and fans: are you going to bring in new players during the winter? For instance, a right back.
Well, we are active on the market. We are scanning the market. We are talking a lot, watching a lot of players, and it's important to be close and and also be just active and also scan our team.
But you know the question, eh? Are you going to bring in some new players or are you not?
I cannot answer it at the moment because it's not. If there was something decided, maybe I could tell, but it's the truth that it's not.
Because normally coaches, Mr. Letsch is a typical one, of course, are always asking for players. Are you asking for new players?
The whole day I'm asking for new players, of course. But no, I think the players we got new to the club, they fit perfectly in the team, and so in the moment I'm really satisfied. But nobody knows what will happen in the future. Therefore, we have to have a look at the market. But if you ask me now, for me it would be the best to work with this squad for the whole season.
Hans is asking a question, but normally is the squad strong enough to be competitive for the whole season?
I completely think yes. It is. I like the winter transfer window in January when you have injuries or something happened. It's good to act, but it's never a good sign when you have to rebuild your squad in the January window. And our balance, the hierarchy in the team is very good. We are satisfied and have a deep trust that we have a good team for this season. And again, we will see. Maybe there's a chance to do something, but
because some players could leave or not. Sorry.
Yeah, but and also we have really good players of our own academy, and it's one thing to put the players in the squad, but I want to have them on the pitch, and therefore we trust these guys. And Dan Hausmann, for example, he played 3 times in the starting 11 and had at the end I think 5 or 6. 6 times he were on the pitch. Miljan Manhoef played in the starting 11, Enzo Cornelissen, and this is one part of our clear philosophy, and therefore our squad is strong enough, and we trust in these guys, or me as a coach and the whole coaching staff trust in these guys.
Yeah, because then you're the first coach in the world who doesn't ask for new players in the winter.
Yeah, of course I will ask, but but only to have a nice conversation with my boss.
Personal question is, I saw Manhoef playing as a left back and I saw him play as a left winger. And I think he played as well as a left midfield player. What is his favorite position?
In his opinion, he's a right winger.
A right winger?
In my opinion, he's a perfect left back.
Yeah.
No, I think the skills he has.
Yeah.
He has everything for upcoming good left fullback, and of course he started in the youth. He played as I think like all the players here in the Netherlands, he started as one of the 3 strikers, but I think for him as a person it's much better to play on this position, and we decided to have with Maxi Wittek and him two really good left backs, and therefore I think it's a good position, and his first minutes he did in Amsterdam, and he did it really well.
Yeah. One of the questions we already discussed a little bit, but this goes a little bit further. Tom asked the question, again, we played in Groningen in the second half with 4 defenders. Is it more often to see the coming weeks or months?
Yeah, depends on the players we have, and on the other hand, on the situation on the pitch. Of course, it's an option for us. We started the pre-season in one system, and we tried different things. And at the end, the 3-5-2, in my opinion, fits really well to the team, but it's not the only option. And it's important that we have the possibility to react if something is going wrong during the game. We have to change, and therefore, of course, 4 in the back is also an option.
Dylan is asking the question: are you already busy with the selection for next year? Otherwise, what are you doing the whole day? Oh no, that's not Dylan.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's a bit the same answer to the January window. We are very active. We are watching a lot. Also having conversations with agents, with players. This is a process over the year. There is not one month in the year when you are not working on the team.
Yeah, the question here is again, what could be better at this moment with the team, with these players? For both of you.
Well, we could have 5 more points.
Yeah,
yes, that's true.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, but because you are a coach who uses always his mind and talk about philosophy, it's more than only points.
Yes, of course, but I think when we now look back to the first 9 games, we can be really satisfied. But on the other hand, for me as a coach, of course, I'm never satisfied with the status we have. We have to improve a lot of things, and for example, in the last game, we were not so aggressive as we wanted to be. Or you spoke about the second half against Emmen. It was not the control we wanted to have all the game. So there's a lot of things to improve. But at the end, also we play for the results. And the results are really fine. And also, I think not only the results, the way we performed until now was a really good one. And I think we deserved a lot of respect in the league,
yep.
and therefore we are not on the second place because we had a lot of luck. We are on the second place because we showed that we are one of the best teams in the moment.
Yeah. The future of Vitesse, but it's I always say it's a difficult club because if you're not from Arnhem, then you always look in the history of the club. It's fantastic history. You don't know the name Charlie Boswell. A lot of fans will know the name of Charlie Boswell. I know him personally very well. Knew him. It's a difficult history. But what the club needs is stability. Is that what you're looking for as well? Of course.
I agree. Yeah, definitive. We have our goal in this season. Yeah, that we really
European
push hard
football
to qualify for a European competition. We want to continue working on our vision, on our philosophy, how to play football together with the youth academy, with the first team, the whole club going into the same direction. And stability in football is very important, but also not so easy sometimes. But
necessary.
we're going for it. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I agree.
Of question for Thomas. Now, because Vitesse is doing well, Jan is asking that question. Opponents are going to react on the qualities of Vitesse. How do you cope with that? For instance, as we discussed before, the move that Mr. Buys from Groningen did last Saturday.
Yeah, for example, and of course, it's always the same in football. Yeah, you analyze the opponent, and also we do the same. And for us, it's important when we play against Ajax, we do it in exactly the same way, like in the next weekend against Fortuna. It's important to do this, and of course, everybody tries to find a solution how to win the games. But until now, they didn't find the right solutions.
No.
And hopefully it will stay like this. No, and this is a challenge for me. I like it. I told the guys in the halftime, for example, in the last game, it's necessary for us to have these challenges because we want to improve. And there will be a lot of situations in the upcoming games when we have perhaps a new problem. But this is our job to work on that and to find solutions on our own. And this is normal. And let's see how it works.
Question from Nick again, I think, to Johannes. You've got a long-term contract. Where is Vitesse in a few years?
Overall, we talk about development. Yeah, it is clear that this season is also a bit of a transition year. Yeah, because the corona hits the football market very hard. But we want to bring it to a stable time. Develop the club, develop players, and still see a lot of potential here for the next years.
Yeah. If the phone is ringing and someone comes with an offer for a good Vitesse player, you always pick up the phone?
I always pick up the phone, no problem, but there is very different answers depending on who's calling and what they are talking to.
Yeah, that I can
but to reach me is possible, yes.
Yeah. But you're not afraid for that?
No, not absolutely not. I mean, when offers come for our players, it's also a sign of a good job. And then, the market has some rules. These rules are sometimes numbers, so let's see. That's never a problem.
Perhaps always numbers.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Thomas, question from Milan. What was the best match this season in your opinion?
It's not easy to answer. For me, the first half in Ajax was one of our best matches. From the emotional side, PSV was a really tough game. With a little bit luck, to be honest, on our side, but also the game against Heracles, when I remember we controlled the home game. So I think these three, I think in the moment, but...
and Ajax?
Yes, Ajax, the first half I already mentioned, was really good.
Yeah. Okay, then we have a question from Kees at Veenendaal. How is your reaction about Germany-Spain, 6-0 for Spain?
Wow, that's a tough one. It's not so easy at the moment.
Now, because there's always a discussion in football.
Yeah.
A few years ago, we said we have to learn from Germany. We have to take over all the ideas that they have in Germany. Then, that's what I mean.
That's normal.
Yeah.
Then Salzburg came up, and then we have to go that way. And there's always a kind of a flow that's going from left to right.
Yeah, but also teams are having good times, bad times. This is very sure a bad time. Sometimes really I think it's also for national team players not so easy living all the time in a bubble, going from one team bubble to the next team bubble. It looked like there was a bit some motivation missing in that match.
Yeah. I was looking at the questions coming out on the screen, because interesting one. To the coach, Duki and Rasmus, are they the best defense twins in the Eredivisie at the moment in defense?
There are a lot of really good defenders in the Eredivisie, but in my opinion, when we talk about, for example, about Danilo Duki, for me in his age in the Netherlands, he's one of the best, and I hope that he will play fix in the under-21 national team. I like him very much, and Jakob Rasmussen. Until now, he did a really good job. He's a kind of leader in the team. He's really a player with a good mentality. So I'm really satisfied with these two.
Yeah, I'll ask you the question about Rasmus, and I said, what is his speciality? I don't see exactly what is his extra thing. And you said.
First of all, I want to mention one more time also Thomas Hayek, because Thomas Hayek. Is also a guy. Don't forget, he played for a long time. He didn't play, and the games he were on the pitch, he did a really good job. And to come back to Jakob Rasmussen, his skill, his really weapon is the way he is. He came in the dressing room, and at the second day, everybody thought he played here the last 4 years. He's so open. He went away from home, I think when he was 16, and so he's a typical European guy, open guy, and the way he coaches on the pitch and his mentality is really good.
Okay, then the last question, of course, is the normal question that everybody asks: what will be the result Saturday against Fortuna? Is it Saturday? Saturday,
it's Sunday.
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning,
yeah, this is the only thing I can say. We play on Sunday. We start at 12:15, I think.
Correct.
And at the end, 2 hours later, we will know more. But well, the goal is clear.
You were at the game yesterday, yeah? Fortuna Feyenoord.
Yes, I were in Sittard. I watched the game. At the end, the red card was not perfect for me because then it's a totally different game. So for me, it would be better if they played 11 against 11. But yeah, I saw them live, and also we saw a lot of videos right now. And now it's our job to prepare a good match plan. And yes, we have, how can I say, we are brave enough, and we are. I think we can win this game, and of course we do everything to win this game.
Good. Then a more easy question at the end. Thank you very much already. Bazoer, is that a player who can still reach the national team of Holland?
In my opinion, yes. For me, he's a really good player. He has everything, especially on this position he plays in the moment, and the way I worked with him the whole time now, I can say he's, in my opinion, he's able to play. Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
See you soon at the pitch or around the pitch. Thank you very much indeed. On behalf of the fans as well. We bedanken even Prins Petvoet voor de gastvrijheid hier op deze opmerkelijke zitting. Ik heb wat meer van de heren leren kennen. Jullie hopelijk ook. Bedankt voor het vragen stellen en graag tot de volgende gelegenheid.